Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, contact NICB at reportinsurancefraud.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the US, we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 57 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 5:30. I'm Rob Taylor. One person was killed late Thursday night in a motorcycle crash in Loyalhanna Township. This happened along Route 286 just before 11 o'clock Thursday night. Right now, no word on the identity of the person who was killed or what led to the crash. Pittsburgh police say a viral incident in which an officer appears to punch a suspect in handcuffs has been referred to a use of force expert from the state police. Here's News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
The incident happened Wednesday night just after 7 as officers arrested 28-year-old Angel Bradford on suspected drug charges. Pittsburgh police say in body cam footage, an officer is heard telling Bradford to stop trying to bite him and then moments later to let go of his leg before the officer then appears to strike her in the face. In a statement, the Bureau of Police says it has heard the community's concern over the incident and has assured advocates there will be a thorough investigation. Bureau asks for the public's patience as they await the state police findings. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, are going to get a new director. CBS's Michael Toscano reports acting head Todd Lyons is leaving.
Two officials familiar with his plan told CBS News Lyons, who helped shape and implement President Trump's mass deportation operations, will depart for the private sector. In a statement to CBS News, the new DHS Secretary, Mark Wayne Mullen, said May 31st will be his last official day. It's not immediately clear who might replace Lyons. A Senate confirmation process for a permanent director could be problematic because of the way ICE became a flashpoint with deportation crackdowns. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
KDK Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. Pirates they were defeated by the Washington Nationals yesterday afternoon in the series finale, 8-7 in 10 innings. New series, Pirates taking on the Tampa Bay Rays tonight at home. 6:40 is the first pitch. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News Time 5:32. We've got KDK AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce. Pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
So, the best food in this area is in Oakmont right now. The Lot at Edgewater. The Pub at 333. Hofstadt's. Michael A's. Vinny's Tavern. And the place that started it all, Carnivores. I'm telling you, folks, I've eaten at all of them. And my man JK, the Oakmont Restaurant King, delivers nothing but the best. Oakmont. The best food, the best community. Check it out.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
It's 5:35 on the dot, and from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, it's KDKA-AA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Good morning, Ellen Gamble.
And good morning, Rob. Thank you so much. Happy Friday, everybody. As you are moving out and about over the area roads, we've been keeping a close eye, of course, on the PennDOT HOV lanes on I-279 and 579. We may be working on a third day in a row where things are opening late. I haven't received an official word from PennDOT, but I do see that the ramp, the slip ramp, for example, by the Perrysville area on 279 is not yet open. When we spoke with PennDOT yesterday, they're saying they have a bad gate in that area that keeps malfunctioning, and that's part of why they've had these closures. We'll certainly keep you posted there. Heads up, Bethel Park Police asking you to avoid Route 88 between Logan Road and Sarah Street. They had an overnight gas leak there. They had reported it closed around 2 a.m. It's at least heavily restricted, and again, steering clear, a good idea. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 5:45. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today will remain warm with times of sun and clouds and a high of 76. Clear to partly cloudy, mild tonight, though 58. Some sunshine followed by increasing clouds tomorrow. Breezy and very warm with a high of 82. Look for a thunderstorm in the afternoon that can produce hail and damaging winds. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 57 degrees at Pittsburgh International.
It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen close. Come in closer. Because if you do, you may hear something that's quite remarkable.
How are you with primitive radio equipment? Very simple. Amplitude modulation transmission. Simply adjust the frequency, throw this switch.
The NFL draft is finally coming here. It's on its way to Pittsburgh, PA.
clearance, Clarence.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting. Ignition sequence start.
This is Control. Stand by. Famous KDKA jingle cued and ready.
Famous KDKA jingle cued and ready.
20 seconds, everyone.
20 seconds to open.
Department check. News.
Department check. Newsroom.
This is Rasmussen. We're go in the news center.
Power up.
Power up.
And you open.
All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Good morning and welcome to Friday, April 17th. What a weekend, what a week ahead in Pittsburgh. I'm Larry Richard along with Anchorman Rob Taylor. Anchorman. Triple A's Ellen Gamble. We've got meteorologist Joe Lundberg, and our producer is Michael Hodgetts.
Good morning.
You like that draft song, didn't you, boys? You want a copy?
I do want a copy. You caught me off guard there.
Maybe make it your ringtone? I don't know.
The NFL draft is finally coming here. It's on its way to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I could use that on my ringtone, have people look at me even crazier than they already do.
I love it. That was sent to me by a group of singers and polka players locally. And I think I should have them on next week. Kick off the week on Monday. What do you think?
Can they play that song live in here?
It's they could maybe be accompanied by our own
Pat Septak,
news editor and anchorman, Pat Septak. Yeah,
everyone's going to be worn out with that song by the end of the day.
I love it. So here we are, the precipice of this giant weekend. And you mentioned the Pirates. It's fireworks night, the first one of the season.
Boom, boom.
You've got Paul Skeen's bobblehead night tomorrow. You've got the beginning of what will be this incredible week. We have no idea exactly how it will roll out.
And somehow, some way, the Penguins play their home games Saturday and Monday, and then not during the draft.
It worked. It all worked out. Pens and Flyers. Probably the most exciting early matchup in the playoffs in the NHL.
Sets the stage.
It really does. And, you know, I don't know that if they're playing anybody else, they would have nearly the juice that playing the Flyers does.
No, and that's why they got the 8 p.m. primetime slot Saturday night.
They did. Yeah, 8 p.m. is a really late face-off in Pittsburgh. Normally it's 7.
Right.
So, on the way in, gentlemen, I have a friend who spent the last week in Florida, and he was teasing me about how good the weather was there. I'm like, it's 80 here. Mm-hmm. I said, when are you coming back? He said, Friday night. What's the temperature going to be Monday afternoon?
Oh, don't say it.
47.
It's peak Pittsburgh weather for you right there.
And didn't they hint a little snowflake or two maybe in the... Yeah, come on, man. That can't be.
As long as we get it before the draft and not during the draft.
However, we do rebound on Tuesday to 68. So that is great weather, especially if you have all these folks in town.
Right. You don't want it to be too hot or just going to turn into a giant sauna down there.
So looking at next week, so far so good. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sunny, 68, 70, and 71.
That's ideal.
I mean, that's perfect. So hopefully that sticks. But Mother Nature does what she wants and not what we want sometimes.
She can be unpredictable.
She can be. Other than that, tomorrow is National Record Store Day. Do you remember buying albums? Did you ever buy albums, or you were on the back end of that?
I was on the back end, but I do remember, we talked about Jody Watley back in the late 80s. I think my mom, we did go somewhere and get a Jody Watley record. But my dad would play records.
Oh, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
They're back.
Oh, they're back?
And they're growing. Like, it's back to $1 billion business selling vinyl records. You know what's cool about it, Mike, is you couldn't wait for the next album cover because it had a lot to do with the artwork too. Right. You know, so the music and your favorite group or singers were one thing, but the album cover you coveted. And we used to go to a place called National Record Mart here, and they were all over the region, and you couldn't wait to get there. But there are places now that sell nostalgia albums, but they're also manufacturing new vinyl. So there'll be a lot of people doing that tomorrow around town. We're old school here in Pittsburgh, but I'm guessing you don't have a phonograph player.
I do not, but I remember, going to National Record Mart in Oakland on Forbes Avenue, but I was buying cassette singles.
There you go.
That's what I was buying.
Yeah, my dad was a big rock guy growing up. He had a lot of them. He was big on Chicago, Rory Gallagher. He loved collecting those, so it's good to see it back.
We used to go to Heads Together in Squirrel Hill, and they sold all kind of stuff. They sold water beds too. Whatever happened to water beds?
I think it's a good thing that we don't have water beds no more. I think we can see the problem with those.
I had one once, and I don't remember what happened to it. I think it sank. Anyway, we got lots to do. We got a lot to cover. We're going to talk to Ellen Gamble about closures. How do you get from here to there? It's starting to form a game plan, and that's something you ought to do. We'll also check on Airbnbs and their availability in the region. I think people are now locked in, so here we go.
Listen to the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
545 KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Good morning, Ellen Gamble.
Good morning, Larry Richert. And so far, so good for the most part as we look out over area roads. Now, I will say I am seeing some flashing lights as we take a look at the southbound on-ramp by Perrysville to the HOV lanes. The HOV lanes not open for the past 2 mornings, and they are not yet open this morning. I did speak with PennDOT yesterday. And apparently right by that slip ramp, as I'm watching the trucks kind of get themselves into place here, maybe they're working with what they're calling a bad gate. So there's a wonky gate there. One of those gates it keeps giving them trouble. And so it looks like the crews are out and about trying to get that thing open. Again, this morning, the good news is with a Friday morning commute, we'll have lighter than normal traffic anyway anticipated. So the main line of the Parkway North is moving along for you just fine right now. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 5:55. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Thanks, Ellen. And we're looking at a couple of showers possible, but for the most part, it's going to be a really nice day. Some sunshine, 76. Great night for fireworks night at PNC. 58 will be the overnight low, and then tomorrow, 83. But there will be a chance for an afternoon thunderstorm. And then behind that, much cooler air sweeps in for just a couple of days. Windy on Sunday with a high of 50, 47 a high on Monday. Then we jump back to near 70 Tuesday, and the rest of the week weather-wise looks pretty good. And right now it is 57 headed out the door.
When it's happening, News Radio KDKA is telling you about it.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell.
To the Rooney family, to Art, to Jim Rooney, to now young Dan Rooney, they define Pittsburgh in so many ways. They represent that city in every which way with pride. And I think this draft is something that is really important to all of them and to the Steelers in general.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Bowser Hyundai. You have an opportunity. This is like spring blooming. They're booming at Bowser. Here's why. You can get the Hyundai Elantra SE. This is 36 combined miles per gallon. Bowser Hyundai, the #1 volume Hyundai dealer in Pittsburgh, lease the Elantra SE for only $149 a month. That's a great opportunity. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, powertrain limited warranty. Or how about the 2026 Hyundai Tucson all-wheel drive? You can get the Tucson SE with 0% APR for 60 months or get rebates up to $3,000. Check it out online at BowserHyundai.com, or better yet, take a test drive. Visit Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on Talbot Hill. 549 KDKA from the Goldberg, Persky, and White Pioneers and Asbestos Litigation News Desk. Here's Rob Taylor.
And Larry, could a national airline shut down within days? We'll talk about it coming up at 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Walmart said it plans to remodel 32 stores in Pennsylvania this year, including 2 in the western Pennsylvania region. The retailer announced the remodels are part of ongoing efforts to modernize the in-store and digital shopping experience. The remodels include upgrades to layouts, technology, and services. New applications for U.S. unemployment benefits fell more than expected last week, suggesting labor market conditions remain stable despite the Iran war. The Labor Department reports that initial claims for state unemployment benefits dropped 11,000 to a seasonally adjusted 207,000 for the week ending April 11th. Google has announced personalized image generation that allows users to connect their photos to Nano Banana. The company said users can ask Gemini to, for example, quote, create a claymation image of me and my family enjoying our favorite activity, and it will generate that specific image automatically. I'm Nicole Murray on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Brighten up your morning with Larry Richert in the Big K Morning Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Time for the Big K Morning Show birthday list on this April 17th. And if you were born in 1961, happy 65th from MediConnect Medicare Made Simple. Liz Phair is 59 from her album White Chocolate Space Egg. Here's Fantasize. You know Liz Phair?
No, I do not.
You mean you don't have white chocolate space egg?
I wonder what the origin or reason of that name is.
Rob, I'm guessing that's a no for you too?
Oh, you know what? That's a no. I'm looking her up now, but it was a no.
What's it say?
Born in New Haven, Connecticut. Nominated for Best Female Rock Vocal for a Grammy.
Yeah. Sean Bean is 67, best known for playing the patriarch of the Stark family in Game of Thrones.
I am Eddard Stark, Lord of Winterfell and Hand of the King.
You're a Game of Thrones guy?
Not too much, but I've seen it.
You have seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I am a big fan of Sean Bean. For how little screen time he had in that show, he definitely captivated the audience. He's a great actor.
Who's that actress, the blonde? You know who I'm talking about.
I know. She plays Cersei Lannister. I know who you're talking about.
Cersei Lannister?
Yes, if you're talking about the... Yes. I'm blanking on her name.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it right now.
Rooney Mara is 41. She's appeared in films such as The Social Network, Her, and Carol, and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
He's clean, in my opinion.
You mean he's hygienic?
He's who he presents himself to be.
Rooney Mara, related to the Rooneys here through the Mara family that owns the New York Giants, right?
Of course.
And her sister. Did you ever see the girl in a dragon tattoo?
I have not. I did not see that.
Have you ever seen a girl with a dragon tattoo?
Plenty of times.
That's common.
Is it dragons?
Yeah.
What's
You'd be
the
surprised?
I mean, everybody has a tattoo today.
You?
Not me. I think I missed the tattoo craze. Tattoo craze. I mean, really.
I don't see something to be that worth it to be permanent on your skin for the rest of your life. It would have to have such deep meaning or something that resonates with you, but I just can't. Sorry, not an ink guy.
So you have none?
None. Zero. And I don't intend to get any in the near future.
All right, don't get angry. Jennifer Garner is 54. She's been in a bunch of great movies. Alias is one of the shows, but did you ever see the movie where she plays like this hit person, like a hit woman? And the whole movie, she's just smoking people away.
I think so. What was the name of that, Mike?
I think it's Peppermint.
Peppermint. I think you're right.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, I've heard that. Let's see. Anybody else on the birthday list of great note? Do you know who Maynard James Keenan is?
Ooh.
62, the front man for the band Tool, A Perfect Circle. Ever hear of any of those?
No,
I've heard of Tool.
How did he make the list? Anyway, those are your celebrity birthdays today. What's the name of that actress from Game of Thrones, the blonde?
I just had it, and we got off topic. It is, oh my God, Lena Headey.
I don't know. You could have said anybody. I'd be like, yeah.
Sure, let's go with it.
5:55 at KDKA. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Ellen Gamble, ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, I kind of came to it late, and so just seeing bits of it here, I didn't watch it when it was actually happening, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I think I asked you, but I thought, what's the other series that's like that fantasy world?
Oh, is it the one with the dragons? It's
Yes.
like, is it the prequel one, House of the Dragon
Knights
or
of the
something?
Seven Kingdoms.
What is it?
Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. Are you just talking about what came out, the prequel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's more for you. Anyways.
Well, I'll never get to it all. I just won't. So, anyway, what we can get to for you right now, guys, is the traffic. And per usual, it's always nice to report on Fridays because it's usually lighter than normal. Right now, we are seeing no accidents on our roster, hopefully not jinxing ourselves by saying so. But we do have for you some potential slowdowns around a possible restriction on 88. Overnight, there was a gas leak along 88 in Bethel Park, and police had reported that 88 Library Road was closed for a time between Logan Road and Sarah Street. You might want to watch for restrictions around that and maybe avoid the area if you can. The Parkway East right now, just a little bit slow go before the Squirrel Hill tunnels, and traffic looks good for you on the Parkway West approaching the Fort Pitt tunnels or heading out toward the airport. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:05. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And earlier we talked about that NFL song, Ellen. You know,
yes.
the
Dun, dun,
NFL draft is finally coming here.
Pat Septak, we were kidding. We could get them to come in and do a live version.
Oh,
he said
yeah.
he knows their group. He knows the people in the bands.
It's meant to be.
Well, he'll be arriving here shortly. We'll ask him. I don't know why I find that amusing.
I like it.
It is 57 degrees. Look for a high of 76, and should be overall pretty nice day and night. So enjoy. We've got 83 tomorrow, then a big drop in temp on Sunday and Monday. But we will revive some of the warmer temperatures for next week.
Concerned about traveling during the upcoming draft? Don't be. KDKA Radio and AAA Traffic have you covered. We'll expand our draft coverage with all-day traffic reports on your radio and your social media feeds. It's brought to you by AAA Travel. Travel with someone you trust. And by 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
I'm going to do something special for our early audience. I'm going to give you a pair of tickets to the night before. That's Wednesday this week, Rivers Casino. It's part of our Odyssey team with country music superstar Jason Aldean with John Morgan and Shane Prophet. Powered by Bowser Chevrolet. You got to be 21. 412-922-1020. 412-922-1020. Caller number 7.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 57 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 6 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. A person was killed late Thursday night in a motorcycle crash in Lower Hannah Township, Westmoreland County. It happened along Route 286 just before 11 o'clock. No word on the identity of the person who was killed or what led to the crash. Pittsburgh police say a viral incident in which an officer appears to punch a suspect in handcuffs has been referred to a use of force expert from the Pennsylvania State Police. Here's News Radio KDK's David Ballarado.
The incident happened Wednesday night just after 7 as officers arrested 28-year-old Angel Bradford on suspected drug charges. Pittsburgh police say in body cam footage, an officer is heard telling Bradford to stop trying to bite him and then moments later to let go of his leg before the officer then appears to strike her in the face. In a statement, the Bureau of Police says it has heard the community's concern over the incident and has assured advocates there will be a thorough investigation. Bureau asks for the public's patience as they await the state police findings. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
Could Spirit Airlines be shutting down in a matter of days? Here's News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush.
Airport Authority Executive Director Gabe Monzo tells KDKA Radio they've received no official word from Spirit Airlines amid reports of a possible shutdown.
Our design right now is just status quo. We're just going through the motions, and whatever happens, happens. As far as Spirit is concerned, like I said, business as usual.
He says if liquidation does happen, they're prepared to respond.
We've hired a consultant last year to keep an eye on things for us, and as far as he knows, there's nothing been put out there that's official that there's any change for right now.
He's also urging passengers flying out of Latrobe to check directly with the airline for the latest updates on their flights. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The same week, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette was given a reprieve. A smaller Western Pennsylvania newspaper has now announced It's going to stop publishing. The Valley Mirror, which has covered the Mon Valley for more than 40 years, says it will publish its last edition on April 30th. Publisher Marilyn Chavoni's message says it's time to, quote, move into retirement and hopefully sell the Mirror to keep providing news coverage for the area. KDKA Sports is brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. Pirates lost the series finale to the Nationals yesterday afternoon, 8-7 in 10 innings. They'll host the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. Fireworks night, 6:40 is the first pitch. Also, Stanley Cup playoffs. The Penguins hosting the Philadelphia Flyers, games 1 and 2. Game 1 is Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Game 2 is Monday night at 7. The news is brought to you by your local Western Pennsylvania AAA travel office. Travel with someone you trust. KDKA Radio News Time, 6:03. KDKA AAA traffic and AccuWeather forecast next.
All right, Rob, we got a winner for a pair of tickets to see Jason Aldean. You can't buy them. You can only win them. Want to congratulate Janice and Michael. Where's Janice from?
Janice is from Jefferson Hills.
All right. And this comes with, here's the key, though, Rob, a parking pass.
Oh.
And the reason that's important is, keep in mind, it's the night before, but Rivers Casino's parking is part of this whole parking net. And if you don't have a parking pass,
you'll be paying
$250. Right?
$250 she just saved.
Yeah, plus the tickets.
Plus the
because
tickets.
Jason Aldean is somebody you wouldn't see in an intimate setting necessarily like Rivers Casino's Event Center. He's filling arenas and even stadiums. And we have a couple of ticket drops set up for the weekend. We'll tell you about that coming up. But first, let's check traffic. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic is powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Hello, Ellen.
Hello, Larry, and hello to our first accident. It's now on the roster here. Heads up in McCandless, McKnight Road at Peebles Road. We have crews dispatched to the scene, some already arriving to assist with an accident there. And it is now official. We've heard from our friends at PennDOT that the HOV lanes will be delayed again in opening. That's our third day in a row. When we spoke with them yesterday, they've cited what they're calling a wonky gate, a bad gate that it appears to be when I've watched them working right around that slip ramp near the Perrysville interchange. So perhaps they're having issues with that gate again this morning, but we'll keep you posted as to when that will reopen. The Parkway North, by the way, on the main line, with it being Friday, it is rolling well. So no problems there. You just can't use the HOV. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:15. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds today and remaining warm, high 76. Clear to partly cloudy, mild tonight, though 58. Tomorrow, some sun followed by increasing clouds, breezy and very warm with a thunderstorm in the afternoon that could produce hail and damaging wind gusts. Tomorrow's high 82. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Thanks, Joe. Right now, 57 degrees.
The Big K Morning Show, brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Good morning and welcome to the weekend. I'm Larry Richert along with anchorman Rob Taylor. The biggest story in the world still focuses on the Middle East. Day 49 of the war with Iran. With the latest, CBS's Michael George.
We start with a 10-day truce in Lebanon that appears to be holding. Gunshots rang out across Beirut as residents fired into the air to celebrate the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. But smoke could be seen rising from the border hours after the fighting was supposed to stop. And as for where things stand between the U.S. and Iran, President Trump says the war is, quote, going swimmingly, and new talks could take place this weekend. CBS's Jared Hill joins us now with the latest on all this.
President Trump said that he would also be willing, in theory, to travel to Pakistan, where negotiations between the U.S. and Iran happened last weekend. But again, there's nothing actually on the books right now. So the U.S. continues to try and exert economic pressure on Tehran. President Trump is hinting at when the next round of direct peace talks with Iran could take place.
Probably, maybe over the weekend.
But if there's no agreement,
If there's no deal, fighting resume.
the Pentagon says more than 10,000 U.S. service members, at least a dozen ships, and 100 aircraft are part of the effort to block Iran's ports near the Strait of Hormuz.
13 ships have made the wise choice of turning around. Any vessel that compares to comply with our instructions will be dealt with accordingly.
This as the president shifted his focus Thursday to the economy, visiting Las Vegas to play up his no tax on tips policy. But skyrocketing gas prices have put a dent in many of the benefits Americans might see this tax season.
Prices are all up everywhere. Gas prices are astronomical. Food prices, grocery prices.
President Trump brushed off concerns, saying gas prices are not very high.
We're blowing it away now. And despite our little diversion.
Meanwhile, celebration in the streets of Lebanon overnight after a U.S.-backed 10-day ceasefire between them and Israel took effect. President Trump on social media called it a historic day for Lebanon, adding he hopes Hezbollah acts nicely and well during this important period of time. And later today, the president's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona to continue trying to sell his economy ahead of the midterms.
CBS is Jared Hill. So hopefully a 10-day ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon will stick, and potential peace talks continuing over the weekend. We'll hold our breath collectively on that. Meanwhile, we are getting ready for the biggest spectator week of the year. You've heard it maybe ad nauseum, and either you're embracing it or avoiding it. Either way, it's coming. And want to check in with Ellen Gamble in AAA. I know, Ellen, right off the bat that you have special plans for the end of draft week in terms of traffic coverage from AAA too.
Yeah, so myself and some of our members of the AAA traffic team, Heather Zambito and Ellie Popovich, will be giving you an expanded traffic updates throughout the draft. And so that'll kick off on Thursday and will continue Friday and Saturday. So extra hours where we're going to be providing that traffic service, the AAA traffic on the fives to get you in and out of the area there. So happy to be a part of helping folks get around, Larry.
And it will help if Mother Nature cooperates, and right now it's looking good.
Gorgeous.
68 Thursday, 70 Friday, 71 Saturday, and keep your fingers crossed. It doesn't show any shower activity. That is subject to change a week out, but the early line looks very good and very comfortable temperatures when you're considering a large crowd. All right, let's talk about closures. Now, we have this weekend with the Pirates, a fireworks night. They're going to probably sell out with the way the team is, and tomorrow with Skeen's bobblehead day. So what's the game plan?
Well, they have said all along that the plans for the draft closures, and right now we're in phase 2. And so phase 3, Larry, actually kicks in on Tuesday. So clear of the weekend is when we'll get that big chunk of the final closures in the run up to the draft. But they have said all along that plans have been designed to accommodate the Pittsburgh Pirate game traffic at PNC Park. So on the game days, they're going to adjust traffic patterns where there are closures. You could certainly get the reopening of the ramp. I know that ramp that concerns everybody, that 279 South Ramp 1B, that takes you right down onto Reedsdale Street in the heart of things there. They do open and close that to accommodate the Pirates traffic. One of the things I would suggest is consider using the T. Consider maybe parking on the Golden Triangle toward the eastern side of the Golden Triangle, maybe by the First Avenue station, and you could hop on there and take the T over to the north side and then not even have to worry about trying to find parking, because parking has been restricted heavily on the North Shore. There are still some spaces left, but we're literally hearing it's not many at all. So
that is what a lot of people want to hear in the immediate moment, especially because of the Pirates game. Now, we also know with the Pens Flyers series, there will not be any games in Pittsburgh during the draft, which is good. There were some concerns that might happen.
Oh, so goodness.
Good fortune that will not. And then the other question a lot of people have who have to work in the area, it involves obviously the road closures and parking too. So downtown around the Point, there are two major venues. One is the North Shore and right outside Acrisure Stadium, where they have built that new stage. And then Point State Park is going to be filled with stages and opportunities there, too. So I assume you're not going to be able to get, with your car anyway, anywhere close to that downtown or parts of the North Shore.
Right. And so those kind of delays and closures are what layer in what they call phase 3. And so that's coming on Tuesday. And we obviously keep an eye out in case anything closes earlier than that. And that'll be Tuesday of the 22nd through Saturday the 25th, Larry. That's that biggest chunk of closures. It'll be an expansion of the closures on the North Shore. It will also include some of those routes getting across the river. So for folks to traverse between those campuses, as they call them, at Point State Park and then over by Acrisure, the Roberto Clemente 6th Street Bridge will close. The Andy Warhol 7th Street Bridge will close. 6th Street is going to be closed along with Commonwealth Place, Penn Avenue from Stanwix to 9th, and then some of the ramps to and from, like the 10th Street Bypass and the Fort Pitt Bridge, they will close as well. Again, that's coming on Tuesday. And so, again, for folks who are trying to get down there, I am hearing anecdotally, if it helps, Larry, that a ton of companies in the area are actually sanctioning the work from home feature for their employees where possible Thursday and Friday of next week, which is wise.
And Pittsburgh Public Schools also, they had previously announced that they're going to be on their remote, whatever it is they do when they're not in school.
They're supposed to be, I think, on their laptops doing things.
Good information. We'll give you a minute to catch your breath, and we'll check traffic in just a second and the weekend forecast. And also, coming up in just a few minutes, a report on Airbnbs in the region.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, it's Pony for my friends at Comer & Cross. Does your garage floor have cracked and stained concrete? Mine did. Maybe your garage floor had a bad epoxy or paint job. A new Comer & Cross garage floor is going to transform your whole garage, and all it's going to take is one day. I love mine, and you'll love yours. If you call them right now, and you should do it, don't waste another second. They'll take 50% off your installation. So here's that number, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And just like they did for me, they will make it so easy for you. Stuff in your garage, they'll take it out. Cracks and pits, they'll fix them perfectly. Look just like new. And they're going to put their proprietary Comer & Cross finish on it. So I want you to call them now and get that 50% off installation. The number is 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com. It's Comer & Cross Premium Concrete Coating.
6:15 at KDKA from the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Now we can get an update on the current traffic situation. Ellen, you got a lot on your plate this week.
Oh, that's all right. We want to help out, make sure folks can get to where they need to go, Larry. So one place you can't go this morning is the HOV lanes on the Parkway North, I-279. Just a big heads up. We got the release from PennDOT. They're having another gate issue today, it appears. No official comment from them, but I know in the past 2 days when they've had delays, it's been about a gate that is malfunctioning there. So, but the main line of the Parkway North is rolling well. Now, before you get onto the Parkway North, maybe you're traveling McKnight Road, heads up in McCandless. There's an accident on McKnight at Peebles Road, so that could slow your go. Parkway West inbound is sluggish at the Banksville on-ramp. The Parkway East inbound is a little bit heavy for you between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:25. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
You can almost smell the potato patch fries, Ellen.
I know.
Because Kennywood opens tomorrow.
Wow.
They're doing that weekend thing, and with tomorrow's 83-degree temperature, they'll probably do big business too.
Mm-hmm.
We have 57 at the airport now. 76 will be today's high. Overnight, 58. But with that last day of the 80s, tomorrow comes the opportunity once again for afternoon thunderstorms. Behind that, much cooler air. Sunday's high just 50. 47 for a high on Monday. But then we rebound. Tuesday, we're near 70, and the rest of next week looks good. And again, 57 headed out the door. Coming up, to be or not Airbnb.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your KFC weekend weather update. On Saturday, expect very warm conditions with a mix of clouds. The morning will be rather cloudy, but sunshine will break through high clouds later on. The temperature will reach a high of 84 degrees. The Colonel made irrationally delicious chicken. He also made irrationally irresponsible decisions about prices. That's why the KFC $7 box feast comes with a KFC snacker, 5 nuggets, fries, and a drink, all for just $7. Prices and participation may vary.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
620 News Radio KDKA from the Goldberg, Persky, and White Pioneers and Asbestos Litigation News Desk. Let's check in with Rob Taylor.
Larry, there's a big ribbon-cutting ceremony happening today downtown. We'll talk about it 6:30 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
News, information, conversation. Larry Richert in the Big K Morning Show. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Listen for the Drive at 5 top stories driving today's news weekday afternoons with Colin Dunlap, brought to you by ServiceMaster of Greater Pittsburgh. Demand the yellow van. Rob, ever stay at an Airbnb?
I have not.
I have not either. People I have talked to swear by it for the most part. Michael, our producer, have you stayed at an Airbnb?
I have.
And your experience?
I enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've stayed at one. It was mainly during the height of COVID. We took a couple trips to Deep Creek, but it gives you a good sense of privacy. You don't have to share with anybody else, or you have your own space. We got a couple places up there.
Well, I've heard some of those Airbnbs, you're actually staying in somebody's room, and the family's there, but that wouldn't be cool. Count me out of that. But yeah, most of them are private homes or apartments. And I don't know how many exactly we have here, but you're going to hear a story here in a minute about people that thought they were going to get rich quick. They may not get super wealthy, but they may make more money than they typically would renting out their Airbnb, but it won't be quick.
No, not at all. And I understand that what they're trying to do, especially with the draft coming up. Why not jump in on it, see what you can make?
Well, it's hard to gauge. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
You hear all these numbers and about the hotel occupancy and what they're charging locally. So what is the deal with Airbnb in Pittsburgh? KDKA TV's Ricky Sayre.
With the NFL draft fast approaching, Airbnb's one with an iconic view of downtown remain unbooked.
A lot of people have been waiting till the last minute in the market, so we're not concerned. Just a little slower in pace than I would have expected a year ago.
Chad Wise's company, Host Wise Stays, manages 150 short-term rentals in Pittsburgh and has access to data from Airbnb partner Price Labs. He says across the city, 55% of rentals are booked, with a significant uptick in the past few days.
So I think there were a lot of rates that were set a little bit too high too early, and now the rates are coming back to earth, and people are starting to book here as the draft gets closer and closer.
He says the inflated expectations were fueled by a belief that 500,000+ people would be coming to the city and hosts could charge whatever they wanted. We reported last Friday the 500,000 people plus projections are a combination of the individual attendance figures on each day of the draft.
500,000 people is still a lot of people, but 500,000 people over 3 days is a different number than 500,000 people on one day. There was a lot of people that thought they were going to make $3,000, $5,000 a night. I think now people are being more realistic of I'm going to make $500 a night potentially.
He's confident reasonably priced Airbnbs will be sold out as they relatively often are throughout the year. He says while rates aren't as high as some expected, they are higher than average.
So people are paying more money last minute for properties than they have over the last year.
So they feel confident that they're going to end up selling out. It just might not be for the number they were looking for initially. So how does that work, Michael? It's an app, obviously, and you go on and you search and try to find a match of the amenities and location you want.
It's just a selection on what you want. Sometimes it has more stuff, what you're looking for. Like I said, when I went to Deep Creek, we looked for AC, obviously, was one of them. Amenities, making sure enough bathrooms, bedrooms, what's the setup like, and how the layout is. It really is on your preference, which is,
So it was a good experience.
Yeah, it was a good experience. Again, it was good, nice getaway trip. Again, a lot of the trips we took was during COVID. I'm sure the prices were high then because of that, because people wanted to get out a lot. So, and I could see why prices are high now, last minute, but, that's a big difference. $3,000 compared to the $500. Even then, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, we'll see what transpires, but not getting the big bucks they anticipated. I may try it in the future. Rob, would you try it?
I think I would try it, but I'm still got that old school in me where I'm just thinking, I want the hotel.
You want the free pancakes and breakfast in the morning.
I think a hotel is better for this scenario in terms of going to the draft rather than taking a vacation. I think an Airbnb is better for like a vacation, like a resort. You're going like to Deep Creek. You're going to the beach. Like I think an Airbnb is better for that scenario rather than going to the city for the draft. I think a hotel is much better in that situation.
All right. Do you drink coffee or tea? Rob?
No
Neither?
coffee. No.
Mike?
I drink tea.
I drink coffee. Do you ever heard of matcha? People are ordering this matcha stuff. Well, with allergy season, Japanese scientists have discovered that the tea can help ease allergy symptoms. It's kind of ironic that a drink that tastes like grass can help you stop sneezing.
I mean, oh my goodness. Just tell me to eat kale and all that after, too.
They found this. Here's what I love. They discovered this on lab mice. What, you got lab mice sitting around drinking tea?
I mean, do lab mice have allergies?
How do you even figure this stuff out, man?
So instead of suppressing your immune response like other allergy drugs, they think this tea, this matcha stuff, blocks your brain sneezing reflex. So
I think I'll have it first thing in the morning during the draft.
Have a matcha. I'll never forget. They talked about years ago hair dryers that this is a long time, had asbestos lining in it as an insulator. And they discovered that, it was causing cancer to laboratory mice with styled hair.
Get Stuart Little on the case.
And I have allergies, Larry. I mean, I have big spring allergies.
I sneezed on the way in like I haven't sneezed in years, and I don't know why. So I'm allergic.
So, hey.
I'm allergic to work.
Hey, give me a little bit of that matcha.
Matcha. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Ever drink matcha? Ellen?
I have not. I'm curious. That'll be interesting. But
no, you won't drink it. It tastes like grass.
Well, I'll
like
be honest. With the hours we keep, I'm hardcore coffee.
Yeah,
So,
I'm with you.
Tea just doesn't do it. But it might be a help to some folks. So, hey, as we're looking out live over the area roads, guys, just a reminder: the HOV lanes are closed again. Some sort of an issue, possibly with a gate there, and so things are not open on the Parkway North I-279 for you on the HOV. And the main line rolling along well. No major problems there. Parkway West, it's getting slow. Backing for you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. We are getting reports of an accident. Looks like it's on the North Shore Expressway as you're heading from the Fort Duquesne Bridge over toward 279 and the ramps to 28. We're going to get our eyes on that and let you know what we see here in our next report. Parkway East inbound is slow at Edgewood Swissvale. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s coming your way at 6:35. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
There's a good chance you're going to live longer than you thought. So how do you make sure your retirement money will last as long as you do? Count on the retirement planning advisors at Bill Few Associates. We'll help you maximize your retirement money so you can enjoy the kind of lifestyle you want for as long as you'll possibly need. Bill Few Associates Wealth Management. Find out more. Call 412-630-6000 or visit billfew.com.
Hey, it's Marty. Are you tired of pain or fear of falling that's holding you back, struggling with balance, neuropathy, or joint pain? At Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, physical therapy is done differently because you are different. Folks, this place is amazing. I've seen it firsthand. Shoulder pain, knee pain, balance issues. They attack it and work it, and it works. Call today. Monroeville Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200.
Because of you, families across our region don't have to wonder where their next meal is coming from. Thank you for your support of the 7th annual Feed the Need Radiothon. You're helping provide our neighbors food for today, stability for tomorrow, and opportunity for a lifetime. Visit PittsburghFoodBank.org.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 57 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 6:30. I'm Rob Taylor. One person was killed late Thursday night in a motorcycle crash. This happened in Loyalhanna Township in Westmoreland County. Happened along Route 286 just before 11 o'clock. Still no word on the identity of the person who was killed or what led to the crash. Pittsburgh police say a viral incident in which an officer appears to punch a suspect in handcuffs has been referred to a use of force expert from the Pennsylvania State Police. News Radio KDK's David Ballarado with more.
The incident happened Wednesday night just after 7 as officers arrested 28-year-old Angel Bradford on suspected drug charges. Pittsburgh police say in body cam footage, an officer is heard telling Bradford to stop trying to bite him and then moments later to let go of his leg before the officer then appears to strike her in the face. In a statement, the Bureau of Police says it has heard the community's concern over the incident and has assured advocates there will be a thorough investigation. Bureau asks for the public's patience as they await the state police findings. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
ICE is going to get a new director, as we hear from CBS's Michael Toscano, who reports that acting head Todd Lyons is leaving.
Two officials familiar with his plan told CBS News Lyons, who helped shape and implement President Trump's mass deportation operations, will depart for the private sector. In a statement to CBS News, the new DHS Secretary, Mark Wayne Mullen, said May 31st will be his last official day. It's not immediately clear who might replace Lyons. A Senate confirmation process for a permanent director could be problematic because of the way ICE became a flashpoint with deportation crackdowns. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
Highly anticipated opening of Arts Landing downtown takes place this morning with the official ribbon cutting. Governor Josh Shapiro, Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis, Mayor Corey O'Connor, and other elected officials will be on hand to cut the ribbon. 4-acre outdoor civic space, one of the most significant projects to come to the Cultural District downtown in the past 25 years. Ribbon cutting ceremony begins at 10:30 this morning along Penn Avenue. KDK Sports brought to you by Nasco Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. And call Nasco Roofing at 412-373-2000. Nationals outlasted the Pirates 8-7 yesterday afternoon in 10 innings. Pirates taking on the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. Fireworks night, 6:40 first pitch at PNC Park. Stanley Cup playoffs, Penguins and Flyers, Game 1 at PPG Paints Arena Saturday night at 8 o'clock. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Health Trends, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Listening to music when you're over the age of 70 has been linked with a 39% reduction in the risk of dementia. Playing an instrument is associated with a 35% risk reduction of dementia. Researchers from Monash University in Australia followed thousands of men and women for about a decade and stress this is an observational study and doesn't prove causation, but suggests engagement with music supports cognitive health. I'm Margie Schaefer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/18 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
635 KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Let's see how it goes or not with Ellen.
Well, it depends on where you go as to whether or not it's going. Now, it looks like we might have had an earlier accident on the North Shore Expressway as you're traveling from the Fort Duquesne Bridge over toward the ramps to 279 and 28 northbound. You do have some clogged up traffic right there, but we're not seeing too many expanding or increasing delays as you travel there. So just kind of a warning for you if you are traveling in that direction. Now, the Parkway West inbound, it's in the or not file right now. Very slow go already for your Friday at the top of Green Tree Hill, heading for those Fort Pitt tunnels. In the other direction, I hope that's where your commute is taking you. 376 headed out toward the airport. Looks like a great ride. No problems there. Parkway East inbound is slow go at Edgewood, Swissvale. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:45. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today will remain warm with times of sun and clouds and a high of 76. Clear to partly cloudy, mild tonight, though 58. Some sunshine followed by increasing clouds tomorrow. Breezy and very warm with a high of 82. Look for a thunderstorm in the afternoon that can produce hail and damaging winds. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Thanks, Joe. Right now, we're at 56 degrees.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Listen to the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the Big K Morning Show, and what a weekend and week ahead for our hometown and region. So we want to check in with the National Weather Service here in Pittsburgh, meteorologist Matt Brody. Matt, good morning.
Good morning, Larry.
Let's start. Pirates game tonight, fireworks night. How are we looking?
Should be a good one. Finally going to get a dry day in here today. Looks like we'll push highs into the mid to upper 70s today, and lows tonight during the game will still be into the 60s before cooling off into the upper 50s overnight. Some light wind, so it should be overall a pretty nice night for the game.
All right. That said, looks like it could be an active late afternoon tomorrow, but still in the low 80s before that disappears.
Yeah, so we'll have a cold front coming through tomorrow afternoon. As long as that doesn't come in a little bit earlier than advertised, we should be able to pump temperatures, like you said, in the low 80s for most of the area. But with that will come a chance for showers and storms. Some of those could be severe, damaging wind, large hail threat there. Timing probably after 2 or 3 p.m., lingering through sunset.
All right. And behind that, I see much, much colder air, but it only takes hold for a couple of days.
Yeah, so definitely Sunday, Monday are going to be the cold ones. The highs Sunday and Monday are probably going to be lower than our lows the next 2 nights. So it'll definitely be a chilly snap, and I would not rule out seeing perhaps a couple flakes mix in Sunday night, especially if you live north of town, and even some frost. So if you have any plants out for the early growing season, you might want to think about bringing them in Sunday and Monday night after hitting the 80s on Saturday. So more wild April weather here in western PA.
Matt, we got a lot of plants out. Wait a minute. Flakes in the air. This is when? Overnight, Monday into Tuesday?
Sunday night into Monday morning. I don't expect it'll accumulate on anything. It'll just be more the novelty flakes. You wake up and say, what is going on here?
Novelty flakes. All right, now I'm going to put you on the hot seat. You know how important the weather's going to be from Wednesday on into next weekend. What's the early line?
Temperature-wise, looking pretty mild. Looks like the temp should be able to get into the 70s for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday there for the draft. It looks like we're going to be dry for at least Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, we may bring some rain chances in. But it doesn't look like anything right now is signaling a huge washout. So just some shower chances as it looks for now, and hopefully it stays that way.
Well, we'll take it. Matt, always appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
All right, that's Matt Broody, meteorologist at the National Weather Service office here in Pittsburgh. So some early info on the weather next week. Overall, the concerns about heavy rains or those kind of things don't seem to be right now part of the game plan. Back from the moon. I thought you'd appreciate this. In all of the things that have gone on in the last few weeks, I really enjoyed taking a ride with the moon mission with Artemis 2, and there is an update.
NASA is still flying high and celebrating the historic mission around the moon.
Booster ignition and liftoff.
The launch is seen from cameras affixed to the rocket itself as it sent 4 astronauts farther from Earth than ever before. Those 4 astronauts, now back on Earth for nearly a week, sat down and answered reporters' questions for the first time. Here's CBS's Gwen Baumgartner.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07.
Nearly a week after splashing down,
everything we did up there was a 4-person activity.
The crew of NASA's Artemis 2 is still riding high.
We launched as friends, and we came back as best friends.
The 4 brave astronauts, Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, addressed the media Thursday after their historic trip around the moon.
Every time I've been waking up, or in the first few days, I thought I was floating.
I sleep a lot better now because I don't have Reed underneath me kicking me. Oh, come on!
The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon.
The crew set a new record for human spaceflight, traveling over 252,000 miles from Earth.
Houston copies. We'll see you on the other side.
They also captured images of the moon never before seen by the naked eye and observed a rare deep space solar eclipse.
We're all kind of struck by these things that make us feel small, but yet this very powerful feeling as a human being.
The 10-day test flight wasn't without its issues. Commander Reed Wiseman says the crew encountered a few challenges, including pressure leaks, toilet issues, and warning signals.
You want to get somebody's attention really quick? Make the fire alarm go off in your spacecraft when you're still about 80,000 miles from home.
With the success of Artemis 2, NASA already has its next Artemis mission in its sights.
It was easy to accomplish as a team because we had put in the work. We know how to put in the work to make it accomplishable when the time comes.
The space agency says its goal is to return to the lunar surface as early as 2028. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News.
Time now for an update from the KDKA Draft Information Desk, powered by Bowser Chevrolet and brought to you by Generator Supercenter of Pittsburgh.
Well, Larry, we're less than 1 week away from the NFL draft kicking off here in Pittsburgh. And when Airbnb owners heard that the economic impact of the draft in our region would be anywhere from $130 million to $213 million, the owners of the more than 1,400 Airbnbs in our region said it's time to cash in. So a lot of the Airbnbs in Pittsburgh, they were going for upwards of $3,000 per night. And back in March, rental properties listed on the website HostWise Stays went for as much as $7,000 per night for an Airbnb. Well, Larry, in the words of Lee Corso, famously of ESPN's College Game Day, not so fast, my friend. As of yesterday, HostWise said the highest rental price dropped to $1,915 per night. That's still high. And right now, 70% of available Airbnbs inside the city of Pittsburgh are now priced under $500 per night. So surely there's going to be a surge of bookings for Airbnbs, Larry, as we get closer and closer to Thursday. But those Airbnb owners won't be getting the thousands of dollars per night they thought they were getting.
Well, thank you, Rob, and don't call me Shirley. I don't know who would come and pay $3,000 a night. And it'll be interesting to see. It's kind of a game because, A, we've never had this scenario before to this level. B, hard to gauge what the real turnout will be if, as you just heard with our meteorologist friend Matt Broody, the weather turns out to be as nice as it's forecast to be. That'll help last minute because it's been pointed out to us that we live, actually Rich Fitzgerald mentioned this on Wednesday, we live within driving distance of 11 NFL cities. So last-minute arrivals could definitely bump up those numbers.
Right. I mean, I think, since Pittsburgh is so well-positioned, you're close to Cleveland, you're close to Cincinnati, you're close to Indianapolis. You could drive here from there. I think that's when, when they get here, it's like, hey, we need somewhere to stay. So I think that last-minute Airbnbs. But like you said, never had this before. People thought they were going to overprice, and now everybody's coming back down to earth.
And let us know if you want to stay at Marty Griffin's house. We'll give you
What's that going for?
We'll give you the hookup.
What's that going
Everything you need to start your day with the Big K Morning Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-200-1966, 800-200-1966, or biglou.com.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Thanks, Rob, for sending me down the rabbit hole, checking these prices in and around the city. I'm curious for Airbnbs. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. And Ellen, you have experience in this world.
Yeah, no, Airbnbs can be really cool. I think Mike was saying, it's neat how you can kind of pick the different features that you want in a place, if you're not maybe looking for the standard hotel offering. So, yeah, it can be fun. But, yeah, you can search for hours on the site figuring out what's what. So, yeah.
Kind of fun to do, just to look, out of curiosity.
Well, and I would think, too, with Pittsburgh, we have so many cool neighborhoods up on the hills where you can get a nice view of the city. I mean, you might be able to find something really cool if you're looking.
I'm looking at one. It says it's right next to downtown. It says LUX. Luxury, is that?
I would think that's fancy. Yeah.
It looks like Abe Lincoln stayed in this room. But it's only $129 for 2 nights.
Oh, so maybe it's just that room. That's what you have to. Is it like just that room, or is it an apartment?
So you're
or is
probably I don't know if you're living with people. I got to do a little more research.
Yeah, you gotta read carefully. So, all right. So we're watching this rush hour for getting into town today. If you have to make the Friday morning commute, we're with you. Parkway West, a lot of folks with you. Backing at the top of Green Tree Hill, heading into town. A little bit slow go getting up onto the lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge, but no reports of an accident there. And then once you clear the tunnels, everything rolls well out to Pittsburgh International. 28 southbound's heavy around the 31st Street Bridge. Parkway East inbound is bumper to bumper for you at Edgewood Swissvale. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:55. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
And a beautiful day and night. 76 this afternoon. Overnight, 58. So if you're headed to the Pirates game this evening, it's going to be spectacular all the way around. Kick off a great weekend in the Berg, and right now we're at 57 degrees.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page, or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
When a medical injury, misdiagnosis, or neglect in a nursing home turns your life upside down, your family deserves attorneys with decades of complex trial experience. At Massa Law Group, local Pittsburgh attorneys concentrate their practice to helping medical and nursing home injury victims. Their team listens, lays out your options clearly, and will pursue the justice your family deserves. Licensed in PA, Ohio, and West Virginia, visit massalawgroup.com or call 412-338-1800.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
The Big K Morning Show, brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
It's the Big K Big Three. The biggest three stories we're talking about on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Larry, let's talk about story number one, the highly anticipated opening of Arts Landing happening downtown this morning. The official ribbon cutting. Going to have the governor there, Josh Shapiro, Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis, Mayor Corey O'Connor, so many more elected officials. And I know, Larry, you were talking about how Pitt's going to have a big party on Saturday, next Saturday, for the draft at Arts Landing.
Yeah, they're calling it the Pitt Block Party.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had so many people ask me, where's that at? It's so funny. And typical Pittsburgh response, it's where the Goodyear building used to be on Fort Duquesne Boulevard. Many people go, oh, yeah, I know where that is. It's 4.5 acres, and it's going to be privately operated, so it's not a public park, but they'll be able to control the environment a lot better.
And that ribbon cutting is 10:30 this morning along Penn Avenue. Stanley Cup playoffs. While you were sleeping, the NHL came out with the schedule for the Penguins and Flyers, and Penguins going to start off in prime time Saturday, 8 o'clock, hosting the Philadelphia Flyers.
This is going to be a lot of fun, at very least, because it's Pittsburgh, Philly, right? We got a history. And former Stanley Cup champion Rick Tocchet is their coach.
Tough
he
guy.
also was an assistant coach for 2 of the 3 cups. And earlier in the week, he kind of laid down the gauntlet. For those that don't know, he's the head coach of the Flyers and a Philly guy.
I've won a couple of cups with Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. You know, these guys, they don't die. These guys are just warriors. So, you know, we're gonna have our hands full, and we're gonna have to have some game planning here this week. But those guys don't die, and it's gonna be a tough series, and we're gonna have to go after those guys.
We're gonna have to go after them. He's laid down the gauntlet early. Of course, they're gonna go after those guys, but there are a lot of other guys. So it'll be interesting to see. We haven't been in the playoffs
since 2022,
right? So it's been, I know it's 3 seasons, but it's been 4 years since we've been here and haven't won a first-round series in 6 or 7 years. So this is exciting for Penguins fans. Tomorrow night, it's a late face-off because it's prime time around the country at 8 o'clock.
And story number 3, Larry, guess who's making an appearance around town for the NFL draft?
It could be all kind of celebrities coming here.
Oh, this is a big celebrity. A big yellow duck.
Oh.
Yes.
The duck is back.
The duck is back. PerfectGift.com CEO Jason Wolf says this duck is going to be 6 stories high. It's going to be stationed right here, Foster Plaza in Green Tree.
You know, when our brand manager, PJ, told me that, I thought he was kidding at first. I'm like, I saw that the duck was coming back, the world's largest rubber duck. Only in Pittsburgh would we be that excited about it. And he said, it's going to be right here, Foster Plaza
and
in Green Tree.
And Jason Wolf says, here's when you can, take some pictures with the duck.
11 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, 11 to 4 on Sunday. People can come up to Foster Plaza, get photos with the duck. We have food trucks, and it'll be smiles and entertainment here in Foster Plaza.
Hey, forget that 6th round pick. I'm taking a picture with the duck, Larry, on Saturday.
And Jason Wolf, this guy's story he's an amazing success story. He's the guy, him and his wife bought that land in North Park that they were going to turn into condos, and he preserved it, which is this iconic corner where they have batting cages and driving ranges. But he made his money in the credit card industry as one. But what's PerfectGift.com? I see that sign coming up the hill. So that's where the duck's going to be up here.
I guess. I mean, I can't wait to see them. Are they going to be? Is AAA going to make sure we have the street closures for this?
All he had to say was food available. Yeah, food trucks. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure you're going to get a picture with the duck.
Oh, I mean, it's right down. Come on, I'm getting a couple.
Michael, have you ever seen the large rubber duck? Sorry,
I have.
Well, you're going to get a picture with one.
But hey, it's a 6-foot duck, so you know what that means. Even a duck is taller than me.
And me. That makes 2 of us.
Is that all the taller it is? It looked giant when it was.
Oh, no, it's 6 stories. 6 stories. Is that 6 feet?
No.
How about 6 stories?
6 feet.
6 stories is what? How many feet is that?
A lot. Let me ask. While you're at it, let's see what.
Didn't they have it floating down the river a couple times?
Hey Siri, how many feet is 6 stories?
6 stories. That's like.
She won't answer me. She never answers me. It's 90 feet. That's tall.
Yeah, I guess that's taller than everybody. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Rob, for the excitement.
What? I can't be excited about a 90-foot duck?
Here we go. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. So, of all the places in southwestern Pennsylvania, the world's largest rubber duck is going to be here in our Foster Plaza Park.
Just promise me, boys, you're not going to let it get out on the Parkway West. I don't want that thing blocking traffic, okay? I just don't. Don't do it to me.
I could see some of our team members riding on the duck.
Oh, golly. That would be something for the social media posts now, wouldn't it? Okay. Well, good news is the Parkway West just has regular delays and no duck-related backups. But right now they're greeting you at the top of Green Tree Hill. That's our heaviest spot as you head down the front side into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Behind the Liberty tunnels, we do have traffic light delays for you that are on the build on 51 approaching Bousman, and then West Liberty Avenue is stacking between Brookside and Pioneer. Heads up, we do have reports of an accident in West Mifflin on Lebanon Church Road at Plaza Drive, so crews are rolling up on the scene of that one. Parkway East inbound is slow go between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 7:05. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Pittsburgh Speaker Series at Heinz Hall, presented by University of Pittsburgh, announces its 26-27 season. 7 evenings to deepen your understanding of the world around you, featuring Anderson Cooper, former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, historian Anne Applebaum, financial journalist Andrew Ross Sorkin, and former NASA Administrator Charles Bolden. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at pittsburghspeakers.org.
You've heard me talking a lot about precision pointing because they're a winner, and I like winners, and who knows, it might be a winning summer in the Pittsburgh area on the baseball field. I love Precision Pointing because the way that they go about their business is top-notch, first class. They are growing so fast because their work is so good that they need more people. So, if you don't like where you're at, call Precision Pointing. You'll learn about great pay, great benefits, and you'll be part of a big-time winner in Pittsburgh at Precision Pointing.
When sinusitis has your nose constantly blocked, life can feel smaller. You're stuck breathing through your mouth, which leads to sleep struggles, snoring that keeps your whole family up, fatigue, and more. The mornings start groggy, the days drag on, and it feels like nothing really helps for long. At Pittsburgh Sinus Centers, relief isn't just one size fits all. Their specialists use a wide range of innovative in-office treatments designed around you, designed to open your sinuses, restore natural breathing, and help you finally sleep through the night. You don't have to keep pushing through. If you're tired of the congestion, the pressure, and the endless cycle of sprays and pills that aren't providing relief, discover a treatment option that works for you at Pittsburgh Sinus Centers. Breathe easier, sleep better, and start feeling like yourself again. Schedule a consultation today. Call Pittsburgh Sinus Centers, 878-231-6036. 878-231-6036. That's 878-231-6036.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Hello, KDKA listeners. This is Carlos, owner of Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you have any concerns about any trees on your property, call Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. We have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. To serve your needs best, we have an ISA-certified arborist on staff. We have 32 years experience, 412-884-TREE. We will be your best choice for tree work. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. And remember, we did your neighbor's tree.
From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in store and online. Staples, that was easy.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 56 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 7 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. A man was killed late Thursday night in a motorcycle crash in Loyal Hanna Township, Westmoreland County. Happened along Route 286 just before 11 o'clock. Preliminary investigation revealed that 59-year-old Peter Devy of Murraysville collided with a pickup truck. Devy later died. Crash is still under investigation. State police are investigating a viral incident in which a Pittsburgh police officer appears to punch a woman who had been taken into custody Wednesday night in Homewood. Pittsburgh police say they requested the independent investigation by state police due to concerns raised by community members. Police says they reviewed body cam footage. An officer is seen striking 28-year-old Angel Bradford after telling her to stop trying to bite him and let go of his leg. Bradford was taken into custody when officers responded to complaints of drug use at an abandoned building on the 7200 block of Forest Way. Police say she fled but was later taken into custody in a nearby field. Media reports suggest Spirit Airlines could shut down in the coming days. Maybe. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush with the details.
Airport Authority Executive Director Gabe Monzo tells KDKA Radio they've received no official word from Spirit Airlines amid reports of a possible shutdown.
Our design right now is just status quo. We're just going through the motions, and whatever happens, happens. As far as Spirit is concerned, like I said, business as usual.
He says if liquidation does happen, they're prepared to respond.
We've hired a consultant last year to keep an eye on things for us, and as far as he knows, there's nothing been put out there that's official that there's any change for right now.
He's also urging passengers flying out of Latrobe to check directly with the airline for the latest updates on their flights. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, are going to get a new director. CBS's Michael Toscano reports acting head Todd Lyons is leaving.
Two officials familiar with his plan told CBS News Lyons, who helped shape and implement President Trump's mass deportation operations, will depart for the private sector. In a statement to CBS News, the new DHS Secretary, Mark Wayne Mullen, said May 31st will be his last official day. It's not immediately clear who might replace Lyons. A Senate confirmation process for a permanent director could be problematic because of the way ICE became a flashpoint with deportation crackdowns. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
The highly anticipated opening of Arts Landing downtown takes place this morning with the official ribbon cutting. Governor Josh Shapiro, Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis, Mayor Corey O'Connor, and other elected officials expected to be on hand to cut the ribbon. The 4.5-acre outdoor civic space, one of the most significant projects to come to the Cultural District downtown in the past 25 years. Ribbon cutting ceremony begins at 10:30 this morning along Penn Avenue. KDK Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. Pirates hosting the Tampa Bay Rays for the first of a 3-game set tonight. Fireworks night, 6:40 at PNC Park. Stanley Cup playoffs, Game 1, Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Penguins hosting the Philadelphia Flyers. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News Time, 7:03. Time to call Dina Schmid and Michael Coleman at One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 if you recently lost your health insurance or don't have insurance through your employer. KDK AAA Traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
7:05 at KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. AAA traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Here's Ellen Gamble.
All right. Thanks, Larry. And as we're looking out live with the PennDOT cameras over the area roads, seeing some slow-go traffic and some HOV lanes on the Parkway North that are yet again not open to you for a third morning in a row. The delay has been announced by PennDOT. The reason not revealed, but I do know in recent days they've had an issue with one particular gate, I believe near the Perrysville interchange, so perhaps that's what's causing the issue. This morning, Parkway North around that, moving fine on your main line, so that's the good news. Same story on 28. Parkway West, by comparison, not so great. Backing at the top of Green Tree Hill, you have some slow-go traffic getting up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge, coming from both the Fort Duquesne Bridge area and the Parkway East, so be prepared for that. On the suburban side of the Parkway East 376, you're slow at Edgewood, Swissvale. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 7:15. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds today. A warm afternoon, high 76. Fair skies, mild tonight, low 58. Some sunshine will give way to increasing clouds tomorrow. A breezy, very warm afternoon. There can be a thunderstorm in the afternoon as well. Those thunderstorms can produce hail and damaging wind gusts. Tomorrow's high 82. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Thanks, Joe. Right now we're at 56 degrees.
It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Welcome to the weekend. And what a week ahead we are anticipating. I'm Larry Richert along with anchorman Rob Taylor, and excited to have someone that knows all the insides of the actual NFL draft. He's a very familiar voice here on KDKA with Rob Pratt, Black and Gold Sundays, Greg Diolis Law, Milk and Honey, a agent, and an esteemed attorney who joins us on our live stream at KDKRadio.com that you can see thanks to Metropolitan Window Company and our KDK Radio YouTube page. Greg, good morning.
Good morning, Larry. How are you today?
I'm excited. I am. I'm looking forward to the week. I'm looking forward to the weekend, and a lot of people have heard NFL draft, but you are somebody who's lived in that world for a long time and know the inner workings of how that all goes. Before we get into that, I want people to know you're a Pittsburgher. You went to St. Regis in South Oakland. You played football with Dan Marino. And full disclosure, you were my son's agent, Zach, out of Duquesne University. So I've known you a long, long time. How long have you been a sports agent, though?
Well, I started in the industry in 1989 with my man Ralph Sindrich, who was the best mentor anyone could ever have. And so it's been since 1989, but I was only 3 years old when that happened. So I'm not as old as you'd think.
And probably your most high-profile athlete right now, Travis Kelce, and I joke to you because I've seen you when we do those coaches luncheons for the high school players and coaches in the fall, that obviously because of his relationship with Taylor Swift makes him he's an internationally highly profiled athlete. But you work with many, many athletes. Talk us through what draft week is like for those collegiate players and what they go through to get to the NFL and hoping some team picks them.
Yeah, it's a fun week, but it can be an agonizing week for players, especially the kids that don't necessarily know for sure that they're in the top half of the first round. So the NFL will invite 30 players to Pittsburgh to be part of the draft, and they use their inside information. They talk to their teams, and they want players to be in Pittsburgh that are going to be selected the first night of the draft. So we've had a chance most recently with a gentleman named Paris Johnson Jr., who was the 6th-round pick a couple of years ago. So he and his family, or the players and their families, will come in Monday, get themselves set up. They'll get hotel rooms, and they'll start some of the pre-draft publicity things with the NFL, and then do some of their marketing and endorsement opportunities while they're in Pittsburgh. A lot of videos will be shot. A lot of influencers will be involved in around them, trying to get as much information as they can out there to create materials. And then on Thursday, it's a day that starts fairly early, where they all have their previously styled suits and get everything on and get ready to go, and then get in that green room. And that's where the nerves take over, because outside of Mendoza, who unfortunately, because of his mom's health situation, is not going to attend the draft this year. He'll do it with his family at home. But everybody else will be on pins and needles until their name is called.
We're with Greg Diolis, esteemed sports agent and part of our Odyssey team here. I really enjoy what you do with Rob Pratt each and every week, because you're also a big baseball fan on top of everything you do. But one of the things that's big difference now, and fans may not notice, you mentioned about styling up for that night. A lot of them bring bling that they've been able to buy themselves because of these new name, image, and likeness deals in college sports. And if they're a number one pick category, they're already getting paid, right? That has been a game changer in the last few years, hasn't it?
It really has, and it actually is going to change the face of the back end of the first round in this draft, because you'll have many players who, in particular, one gentleman that Milk and Honey works with, that would have been a likely first round draft pick, but because the NIL money is so good, and he had another year, he went back and will stay at the University of Indiana and play another year with guaranteed money, and without knowing for sure that he was going to be highly selected in the first round, and then with the hopes of enhancing his draft status. So in previous years, when you would get a grade from the NFL that would say your projection is that you'll be a late first round draft pick, there's no way you went back to school.
Right.
There was too much money to pass up. But now with the money that's there, a lot of these players have a safety or security blanket where they can go back to.
I'm hearing that even some real high-end high school kids are starting to get NIL-type money.
Yeah, we just signed a high school kid from Chicago yesterday, who's finishing up his trips to schools, and will be making his selection. And part of that process is the negotiation of his. It's called revenue share, that the colleges are permitted. Each college is allowed to pay up to $22 million out of their own money, but then they're also lining up outside deals with their people. So the old-fashioned envelope in the locker room that we always used to hear about, Larry, is it's not that far away, to be honest with you.
The NFL draft, and as a spectator event, has actually been larger than the Super Bowl in terms of people in the city. We saw that in Detroit 2 years ago, 750,000 people, 600,000 people in Green Bay, which basically doubled their population. And I go back to my first draft coverage, WTAE, 1983. Remember, 6 quarterbacks taken. My job that day, basically right out of college, was, and this was on an afternoon on a Thursday out of New York. There wasn't the fanfare, not even close to anything. And my job was to write the number 1 picks, run them into the radio studio, and hand them to Myron Cope. And we've come a long way.
Was that the days when? I'm sorry, Larry. Was that in the days when Myron used to have his birdie and would predict the first several picks of the draft before they would be announced?
And I would hand him the pick and go, ha, and say, the Raiders pick, and whoever. It was a long time ago, but how has the NFL been able to turn almost everything they do in a major event, this being the biggest?
Well, it's amazing, and Roger Goodell has been a major influence of that. The big bear hug that you get from Roger Goodell now when he announces your name and coming out onto the stage. But the NFL has done such a masterful job of being a 365 days a year public event in creating the draft and bringing it to the various cities, as opposed to the old days when it used to just be in Radio City Music Hall. Prior to that, I think it was just in a hotel room somewhere. Right. But when it went to Radio City Music Hall, that was the first jump that they had, and you had all the fans, particularly the Jets and Giants fans, that were in attendance there. Interestingly enough, the NFL hasn't recognized a way to monetize the attendance of the draft itself. And I believe that soon will be coming. But for right now, it's free to attend.
And that said, you got to get that NFL One Pass app. You need a mobile ticket, even though it is free to get into the official sanctioned NFL events. Well, Greg, good luck to you and those players that you represent. I'm looking forward to it. But before you go, any predictions on who the Steelers might be looking at?
Yeah, if I had to, look into the crystal ball, I think it would be the safety from Ohio State. I believe it's Downs. I think he will still be alive, still be around, be on the board, and he's a guy that can help solidify that defensive backfield.
All right, I'm going to write that down. Appreciate your time this morning. An exciting week for you, too, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. We're looking for our guy from Indiana, Elijah Surratt, to hopefully maybe become a Steeler. Everybody's talking about, or a lot of people talking about him in the second round.
All right, Greg. Thank you. Have a great weekend and a successful draft week.
Always fun. Thanks, Larry.
Greg Diolis on the Big K Morning Show, and you can hear him on Black and Gold Sundays with Rob Pratt. They do a great job. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Let's see how the traffic is doing on this Friday. Here's Ellen Gamble.
Well, and in a lot of spots, Larry, we're happy to report that the traffic is lighter than normal because it is Friday. A lot of folks may be getting out of town or just doing the telecommuting thing. Now, we do have a heavy spot. The Parkway West inbound is backing at the top of Green Tree Hill. As you try to fit through those Fort Pitt tunnels, you'll have some slow traffic as well getting up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge. So do watch for that. Parkway East inbound is heavy for you between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale as you make your way to the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Heads up, we're just getting this report now coming to us, so bear with us. We'll get you more details in our next update. But it looks like we might have an accident on the outbound or eastbound Parkway East, so maybe between the Grant Street interchange and the off-ramp for Oakland Forbes Avenue. So we'll bring you more shortly. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 7:25. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
And we're looking at 76 today. Beautiful start, and it should be a great finish. It looks like a dry day and night. Fireworks night at PNC Park, the Pirates and the Rays. And right now we're at 56 degrees. Coming up next, are you smarter than an anchor man? Poor Rob Taylor getting the call today.
Out the bullpen.
866-391-1020. I need a Lifeline participant, and we're going to pay you to do it. A $25 gift certificate to Coons Quality Foods. 866-391-1020. Be my lifeline as I battle Rob Taylor for the right to be smarter than an anchor man.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
April is here and everything is in bloom, including savings at Bowser Hyundai. The Hyundai Elantra SE is the perfect spring upgrade with 36 combined miles per gallon. Right now at Bowser Hyundai, the #1 volume Hyundai dealer in Pittsburgh, you can lease the Elantra SE for only $149 a month. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance that are backed by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain limited warranty. So don't wait. Get to BowserHyundai.com today. Based on 2025 year-end and January 2026 sales results, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $490 applies. 24 months, 7,500 miles per year with $2,999 due at signing with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends May 3rd, 2026. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
The day you retire, everything changes. Risk feels different. Income matters more. Mistakes cost more, and recovery time gets shorter. Secure Money Advisors works with families preparing for retirement by focusing on income, taxes, health care, and legacy planning in one comprehensive strategy. Claim your complimentary copy today at righttrackbook.com. That's righttrackbook.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
720 at KDKA from the Goldberg, Persky and White Pioneers and Asbestos Litigation News Desk. Here's Rob Taylor.
And Larry, the person who died in a motorcycle crash late last night has been identified. Details coming up at 7:30 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDK.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA. Time now for Are You Smarter Than an Anchorman? 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
And here's how this works. Our producer today is Michael Hodgett, so you're going to be running the show. You're going to be the game show host, Michael. You've done this before, right? And we're getting our lifeline set up.
Oh, yeah.
Who do we have as a lifeline?
We got Patty from Gibsonia.
Okay. Patty, I just want to make sure that you're mentally prepared for this. You good?
Oh, brother, sure.
That's convincing.
So here's how it works. There are 3 questions, multiple choice, and we start with a question for Anchorman Rob Taylor first, and then he answers. I'll get an answer either with you, Patty, or I'll make you do it. And then we'll reveal the answer, and then we'll rotate. So what's the theme today, Michael?
Well, you mentioned it earlier. It's a big weekend for sports, and what's gonna encapsulate that? Pens versus Flyers playoff history.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
All right, you good, Patty?
I'm good.
All right, here we go.
All right, Mr. Rob Taylor, the first question's going to go to you. Question number 1. Who scored 2 game-winning goals in the Pens-Flyers series in 2008 to 2009? Is it A, Sidney Crosby, B, Evgeny Malkin, or C, Tyler Kennedy?
Game-winning goals.
Game-winning goals 16, 17 years ago. I think Sidney Crosby would be too obvious, so I'm going to go with TK. C, Tyler Kennedy.
Mr. Richard?
Patty.
All right.
What do you think?
What was the first one before Crosby?
So it's A, Sidney Crosby,
Okay.
B, Evgeny Malkin, or C, Tyler Kennedy?
I'm thinking Malkin.
I'm going to have to override you, Patty. I think it's Tyler Kennedy, too.
All right.
Let's see.
Are you locking it in, Larry?
That's my final answer.
I'm locking in.
All right. And the answer is C, Tyler Kennedy. Good override, Larry. Good.
All right, we're tied
You're not
now.
smarter than me, Larry.
You know, Tyler Kennedy, sister station on 93.7.
I'm impressed, Rob. That's good.
All right, we're knotted up here. So, okay, let's go to you, Larry, for question number 2. In 2017 to 2018, this Penguin scored 4 straight goals in Game 6 against Philadelphia, an 8-5 win to close the series. Is it A, Jake Gensel, B, Patrick Hornquist, or C, Phil the Thrill Kessel?
I'm going to go with, C. Patty, what do you think?
I'm leaning towards C also, with my fingers crossed.
All right, let's see what Rob Taylor says.
Hodges, what were the 3 again? What was A?
So it's going to be A, Jake Gensel, B, Patrick Hornquist, or C, Phil Kessel.
Oh, I'm going to go with B. I think Hornquist may have done that.
All right. And the answer is going to be A, Jake Gensel.
That's what I thought.
Go get your guys a Jake shake
now
there.
You say it.
All right, that's a no win for either
All right,
one of
we're
us.
still knotted up, so it's going to come down to question number 3 here. All right, we're gonna flip it back to Mr. Rob Taylor here. Question number 3. In a 10-7 Game 5 win for the Pens in 1989, we're going back here.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Mario Lemieux had how many points in what is considered one of the greatest playoff performances of all time? Is it A, 7, B, 8, or C, 10?
Well, I was 8 years old when this happened. I'm going to go with 8, B. I think he had 8 points, Mario Lemieux, in 89.
Mr. Richard?
I'm going to go with whatever Patty says.
I'm going to say B.
B?
B? Are you locking it in?
Go ahead.
Well, boys, we have a tie. The answer is B, 8 points.
I am really impressed, Rob, with your knowledge of hockey. Wow. And Patty, you too. Patty,
Thank you.
what do you do, Patty? What's your thing?
I'm a retired nurse.
Oh, well, God bless you.
Thank you.
Do you watch The Pit?
The Pit?
The
I do
Pit.
not.
All right, for participating Nurse Patty, we have a $25 gift certificate for Coons Quality Food Market. So thank you, and have a great weekend.
All right, you also. Thank you.
Yeah, we always do appreciate our nurse.
Oh, yeah.
Nurses here. They know where the real stuff. They know what's going on. Often the doctors are like, nurse? From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic is powered by Bowser's Chevrolet. Here is Ellen Gamble.
All right, gentlemen, thank you much.